it's finally Artfight season. And I have no new characters? Do I really have to? Fine, I will actually draw these. So I'm just gonna give a quick rundown on what Artfight is. If you really know what it is, just skip to this timestamp. So what Artfight is, it is basically an annual event that happens every July, and I would say it's like an art gifting game. Basically, artists sort themselves into teams. This year, there are 3 teams: comedy, mystery, and tragedy. I'm, by the way, team mystery if you want to know. And in these teams, you attack other people's characters by drawing them. And the team with the most points basically wins this event. So without further ado, here are my characters. Her name is Avery, and I made her all the way back in 2022 when I was writing an Empires SMP fanfiction. For those who don't know what it is, Empires SMP is a SMP where Minecraft YouTubers will just build empires together, and there's like lore and stuff. I'm gonna leave some links in the description if you want to check it out. When she was in season 1 Empires SMP, and she's basically a child of 2 emperors, Ocean Queen Lizzie and the Brazilian King Joel. Basically, she's like this hybrid axolotl human thing. This story is also set around the end of season 1. It means there is this demon named Zonov, which is basically trying to capture and take over the world. However, after some events, she gets separated from her parents and is basically like this sheltered kid in this kingdom known as the Crystal Cliffs and protected by Wizard Gem. Also, the Gemini Tay doesn't tell shit about the demon. I am so sorry to my Gemini Tay fans out there. I didn't mean to portray her like this. I know, looking back, it makes sense that she would tell Avery about it, but maybe I'll just give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe because Gem doesn't want to, scar a 7-year-old with like, hey, the world's fucked. There's a demon gonna kill us or whatnot. However, after like a while, she finds out through some dreams, and then after this very long journey, she basically saves the world. And so drawing her. When I drew her, I didn't have the original design. Honestly, I don't think I needed it. I kind of roughly remembered like what the original design looked like. And also, I think it just needed a bit of a revamp. So I started to draw her with her winter clothes. I decided to follow Gemini Tay's color scheme for her outfit, as it makes sense that Avery would have such clothes because Gem would probably have them somewhere. I gave her winter boots to survive the cold weather that she lives in, and I also made 2 versions of the references, the human version and of course the axolotl version. And she basically shapeshifts in water, so when she's on land she's in the human version, but when she is on water she becomes an axolotl. So the second character is Bisabra Lucidity, and I drew her all the way back in 2023 when I made her based on Beat Saber. If you don't know what Beat Saber is, this is basically like a rhythm game. This is some gameplay right here so that you can see what it is. And actually, she was meant to be my persona at some point, but then I ditched her and basically changed her, to the persona that I have now. Also, she's the only one of this whole entire video that is actually on this channel already. It's in the famous gun animation. I'll link it here in the icon top. So after this, please watch it. I was really proud of it. So her lore, she's basically this popular pop star from the land of Bisabra who does like beat dancing. If you think about it, it's basically just Beat Saber. And she was basically one of those like characters that were like a kid performer, and she was also out of school as fast as possible to support like their family. And because her mom like persuaded her to continue on with the performance. She's also signed by some sort of idol company. I have not thought of the idol company itself, but she's definitely one of like the most popular girls in like their company and stuff. At this part of the story, the country is kind of in a war between like the underground people, which is the Tenerbis, as they try to capture her and many other people before she gets saved by this nature tribe. After getting saved by the tribe, she evolves and stuff. This will be the next character that I'll be drawing for Artfight, so if you want to actually see the rest of the story, you can actually wait. So when I drew her, I was more to revamp the reference sheet rather than to redesign or make anything new. Simply because I just think that I should update this. Like, come on you guys, I made this and that's like in 2024. My art style has definitely changed like a bit over the years. It's more realistic to age her up because she's actually supposed to be 18 in this story. So, nature Lucidity. I made her around the same time as Bisabria Lucidity because she is supposed to be a second evolution of Bisabria and a continuation of her storyline. So on like a random side note, if she was in a video game, she would definitely be the healer character. After being captured by the Tenerbis, she somehow gets saved by the nature tribe and starts to learn about their ways and gets mentored by this Natasha that is totally not mentally in my brain 100% Natasha from Honkai Star Rail. And she helps out in Natasha's hospital, which is also totally not from Honkai Star Rail. And she also somehow manages to fucking harness the power of nature. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this. It was a few years ago. Cause what the fuck? Like, she came from no magic to yes magic. And that's basically it for her lore, because to be honest, at some point I just gave up trying to make any more for her. So when I drew her, I didn't really have any references besides this one screenshot from like years ago, and except for like some little color adjustments and like redrawing some roses. So by the way, for the record, 2 years later, I still don't know how to fucking draw roses. She's honestly one of the better designs as compared to like the other characters in my opinion. And I was also kind of satisfied with this redraw, as my job here was not really to redesign but just update to my current style. So last character is Violet. I made her around the same time as Lucidity, and she's basically this bodyguard slash assassin character. And I also can't exactly remember my specific inspirations. So she's supposed to be this like assassin character that is also a bodyguard of Bisabria Lucidity. If you don't know who that is, that's the second character that I mentioned in this video. So here's a backstory. It's gonna be a bit angsty as per usual my old characters. So basically, when she was like a baby, her hometown got killed by some sort of bombing, or it got destroyed. Basically, her birth parents died and she gets like adopted by this guy who was part of a clan, and she was taught how to use like a sword and do self-defense and all that stuff. And to be honest, I don't know what happens to like her adopted dad after some point. Maybe he died, I can't exactly remember. But eventually she would start to be a hitman slash assassin and start to be wanted in so many countries and territories, and then eventually go to Azeroth, which is one of like the rich kingdoms, starts to study in one of the most prestigious mechanical engineering schools. I don't know how the fuck she managed that, but she did anyways. And then eventually took assassin's job and got hired as Bisabria's bodyguard. So basically she has a double life, one life doing bodyguarding stuff and hanging out with Bisabria, while the other life is just being an assassin and hitman and stuff like that. Also, by the way, she's one of like those popular assassins that like people would hire or spend a lot of money to ask her to do a job. Like, she literally has this like very long waiting list of people wanting her to do like assassin jobs. Also, when I drew her, I was there to basically revamp it to my style. The only thing I really changed is like the pants. I made it less baggy than the previous design, and also the hair. I also changed it a little bit because I felt like the hair on the previous drawing was just very messy. But besides that, I kind of left it the same, and I'm kind of happy with this drawing actually. So that's it about introducing my OCs. If you want to attack any of my characters, I link my Artfight profile in the description. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys have a great day and happy Artfight everyone. Bye!